I am here with Mindy Weiss, wedding planner extraordinaire and new Open Sky curator, and she's going to give us a little inside scoop on all about her. So here are my big questions for you. Okay. So first, yesterday we were talking and you were telling me about a great story about how you got started. Tell me again.
Okay, so I used to do just invitations, custom invitations and everything. And I had one client who came in who said they wanted me to do the party. But the problem was I already did event planners parties and they were always tired, always cranky, always had horrible stories to tell me, and I thought, I don't want to do this. To make a long story short, I ended up doing it. From that one party, I got 10 parties, and I realized that I have that ridiculous gene inside me that just makes me want more and more and more celebrations.
But tell me about the Sweet 16. Tell me about party planning being in your blood.
When I realized after I did that one party that it was in my blood, because when I grew up, my mother gave the most ridiculous parties, crazy things, and at my Sweet 16, and now when I think about this now, I think I am so embarrassed, because if I was a mother, my Sweet 16 was at the Playboy Club, because I was obsessed about having no breasts. Okay, so my mom thought, oh, this will be funny. We'll have it at the Playboy Club. In those days, they had little clubs around town, and this was in West Los Angeles. And the theme basically were boobs, okay? The Playboy bunnies were all wearing little sashes that said Mindy's Sweet 16. The cake was a torso of a Playboy bunny. And I remember on the invitation, in order to be a member of the Playboy Club, you had a key. And the invitation was the shape of a key, and on there it said, "Don't be a turtle, let us hair from you." And I knew from that moment on that it was in my genes, it was in the blood, and I had a Sweet 16 at the Playboy Club.
Ah, that is such a great story. So tell me about one of the most outrageous planning requests you've ever had. I mean, you plan 100 events a year, more than 100 events a year.
I think one of the most outrageous requests I've had at a wedding, I had one client who wanted me to build a stage over a swimming pool at the cocktail hour and wanted me to have midget wrestlers wrestling during the cocktail hour. My reputation is that I typically never say no, but in this instant I said no, I cannot do that. So instead he had a mustache bar. So everybody went on up, men and women, and got mustaches put on for the wedding.
You see so many weddings with what you do. And now that you've told us about the outrageous ones, is there a moment that just took your breath away? Or does it happen all the time?
Every weekend we are honored to do a wedding. There are many moments that take my breath away. There are unexpected moments, and those are the ones that typically shock me. I think at one of my weddings, the officiant didn't show up. And there's many stressful moments. And the best lesson I learned from that was the bride and groom saying to me, "We'll find someone to marry us. We have no doubt that today we're getting married," and I was able to go across the hall to another ballroom of a wedding going on and wait for the rabbi to come out. And that's what it's about. It's not about the crying and the freaking out and how are we going to make this happen. It was about that the bride and groom knew they were meant to be. They'd be married on that day, and it would get figured out. And that's why I do this.
That's a great story. If there was one thing that you could tell all your brides they absolutely need that will help them tackle anything, for the planning, for the day itself, what would it be?
If there was one thing that I could tell my bride and groom that they should remember or need to proceed in planning a fantastic day, a fantastic wedding, is a sense of humor. It doesn't cost anything. You can find it in every aspect of planning. If you can keep a lightness about you and not turn it into drama, but turn it into humor. When someone says to you, "Oh my God, how is planning your wedding going?" and you can tell they had a miserable experience, always answer, "It's going great, because the ultimate goal is saying I do. And that's what you have to stay focused on. The reason why you're planning it, why you're taking a year or however long it is to take it, to ultimately be together. So that's why I keep my sense of humor as a wedding planner.
You have worked with so many celebrities over the years and planned so many star-studded weddings. How did that come about?
We are so fortunate to be able to work with several celebrities. We're in Los Angeles, in the heart of Hollywood. I think it all started with Brooke and Andre, and from there I feel so honored that we've done several, and I really feel there's a trust that that the celebrities have with us, and a feeling of security that we're not going anywhere with information. We're going to treat them like every other bride and groom because their dreams are the same, whether they're a celebrity or not, and we become friends after. And I think that one talks to the other, or the reputation's there, and I really try to uphold that reputation to let them know, yes, I'm very excited to do celebrity weddings, but in the end, they're just like all brides and grooms. They want to end up together.
There has to be one fun story you can tell us from the many that you've done.
Got to think of this one fun story. Well, one fun story, which a lot of people won't think is so fun, but I actually, in all the years I've been doing this, I had my first cake fall. I've never had a cake fall. And this lovely bride who was really consumed with the cake and designing it and took a lot of time with it, when it happened, I had this fear like, oh my God, I hope this doesn't ruin her day. And when I saw her coming towards the cake, I said, it's just sugar and flour. It's just sugar and flour. And she was going, I'm fine. As long as you have a cake I can cut at the end of the night, whatever. And there you go. That was the right attitude. We had a cake. It may not be a fun experience, but again, every job I learned something, and that was the goal. They ended up together, and we had a cake for her to cut.
What's the thing you're most excited about with working with Open Sky and getting to connect directly with all of these people who follow all of the great weddings you plan and are excited to plan their own?
I think one of the main reasons I was so excited to sign up with Open Sky is because if you read my blog, you'll see I have weekly wants. I am a shopaholic. And when I find something that I think is fantastic, I either blog about it and I want to share it. So this was like a match made in heaven, because here every week I'm going to have a new item that I love, that I want to share, and hopefully some of them you will never have seen, because I'm going to do my research and find some unique things, whether it's for entertaining, for weddings, and usually all of them I want to have myself. So I want to share it with you, and I think what a great opportunity. And every week, you know, I'm a shopaholic. I want to see something new every week, and here you go. I'm able to share with you something fantastic weekly.
Thank you so much, Mindy. We can't wait to see all the great things you bring us.
Great. I'm excited.
Bye.